I'm down here in a food plot that we started last spring. And you might remember this spot. It seems like it's been on my do list for, well, at least 12 months now. And got all the trees cut out of it, and then did a little bit more cleanup work with the tractor, pushed everything off. Chad Lathrop came in here about maybe 6 weeks ago or so with a skid loader and a root, I don't know what they call those things, but whatever it is, it's a little device that goes on the skid loader that you can pry roots out with. And he cleaned up most of this. There's gonna be a lot of roots in here, but I'm gonna start tilling it today and see what I end up with. I'm sure that I'll rip up a bunch of roots that we have to clean up and throw off. But the real project today is to get at least some of this tilled up and planted into Plow-Down Clover. And this is something that Frigid Forage sells. It's a real fast growing, high tonnage, high volume clover blend that you plant in the spring. I mean, you could frost eat it in the winter. That would probably be ideal if you went into something like Big and Beasty or Bean Ground or something like that that's clean. But you plant it in the spring, and then you come back about midsummer, about the time that you would normally start to create your Big and Beasty plots. We're gonna mow it, and then we're gonna till it in. And you get a lot of, they call it green manure is one definition of it, but you get a lot of nitrogen added to the soil with all of that extra vegetation that you incorporate into the ground. So you can get away without putting as much fertilizer on, which saves money. And in the process of that, you've got another crop on that food plot that otherwise would just be fallowed if you were gonna go Big and Beasty on Big and Beasty, you know, for a couple of years in a row. The Plow-Down Clover gives you something to stabilize the soil, but also these are varieties that the deer will eat. So if it does really well and the summertime, you know, comes along and I'm down here looking at it thinking, you know, maybe I'm better off just maintaining this for a year and then coming back and doing the Big and Beasty next year. It gives you that option. At least you've got a food plot. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna till this thing up. Ideally, we'll till the whole thing. We'll see how the weather holds and whether I can keep my tiller together with all these roots in here. But by the end of this episode, I'm hoping to have about an acre food plot here tilled up and broadcast into the Plow-Down Clover.